While the largest U.S. aluminum producer reported better than expected second quarter results, higher metals prices boosted sales, especially in aluminum for packaging and commercial transport. In fact, the company's CEO says aluminum sales for automotive uses will increase this year, as well as sales for commercial trucks and trailers. Our next guest says there may be improvement, but the industry is still very depressed. Chuck Bradford is with us now. He is an analyst at Affiliated Research Group, was the #1 ranked metals analyst by Institutional Investor for 6 years running. Chuck, we're so glad to have you with us here in the newsroom. So the CEO of Alcoa says the company is on the road back and sees a recovery in almost all markets this year. How do you see pricing power holding up for aluminum this year?
Aluminum as a commodity price is now down about 9 cents from where it was in the second quarter.
You had 97 cents, right, all through the first quarter. Now it's priced around 87 cents. Is that right?
About 88, maybe. So there's a significant headwind for the third quarter because Alcoa prices its metal with a lag. So there's a 2-week extra period, if you will.
During the recession, though, I guess it's worth pointing out just for some context, I mean, the pricing was around 60 cents a share. So it's back from the depths, but still not where it could be.
Yeah, the low was about 60 cents a pound. The high was about $1.40. You know, it's very much subject to world economic conditions, but especially the value of the dollar. When the dollar strengthened a lot in the second quarter, most industrial metal prices tanked, and aluminum was one of them. It had been running about $1.05 actually earlier, the very beginning of the second quarter. It ended averaging 97. But now it's maybe 88, so that's a real problem for the third quarter.
So, Chuck, as you just alluded to, I mean, Alcoa cannot certainly control how world currencies are trading or even how world economies can do. How are they executing the elements they can control?
Well, they've taken 37,000 people off their payroll. Now, some of that was due to a sale of assets, but still, they've been working very, very hard and pretty successfully at cutting costs. I mean, there's not too much else, as you said, that they can do.
China, as you have spoken about in the past and put in your research in the past, is a pretty expensive place to produce aluminum, yet it produces about 4 times what we produce here in the U.S. Does Alcoa want a piece of that business? I mean, China is obviously still the growth driver for many who speak about this metal space.
Well, Alcoa has been focusing on low-cost production. So they're building a very, very large plant in joint venture with a Saudi Arabian company in Saudi. Much lower cost than any of the Chinese plants that I know of. That's the focus. They just finished up a couple of years ago a big plant in Iceland. That's really the better way to go, not a high-cost electricity place. And aluminum, for all practical purposes, is solid electricity. You know, you don't want to go where the cost of power is high.
All right. Thank you very much. Chuck Bradford joining us there on the outlook for aluminum.